here we have red kidney beans. This is half a cup of red kidney beans. Now when you pour them at first, it's a very small amount, but once they're soaked and they've swollen to this size, it becomes more. And this is really all you need. Half a cup, which is the equivalent to about 2 handfuls, 2.5 handfuls, which is like so. You grab them like this and you drop them in. To 2 cups of water, okay? Half a cup of red kidney beans with 2 cups of water soaked overnight. And then here we have 2 cups of rice. And now we have 2 stalks of scallion, a small bunch of fresh green thyme, bell peppers, but we Jamaicans call them sweet pepper because they are sweet, half of an onion, and our Scotch bonnets. I always like to take out a couple and I pick my favorite out of the bunch. And then here we have 5 cloves. Now I like to use cloves because cloves actually add a bit of zip to the flavor and they enhance the pot of rice and peas. Well, the thing is, Jamaicans don't really use cloves in their rice and peas, but it's my little addition. And then we have about a teaspoon of dried thyme, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of sea salt. And you want to always use sea salt. It's the best because it's not harsh, it's not abrasive onto the flavors in the pot. And then we have the key ingredient of Jamaican cooking is the pimento seed, not to be confused with pimento. And these are a very interesting fragrance. They're a cross between, I would say, a clove and a black pepper. Very beautiful, robust flavor. And we have half a stick of butter, full cream butter, not margarine, not taste like butter, but real sweet cream butter that's slightly salted. And we have 1 peg of garlic. So what we're gonna do first is just mash that garlic a little bit so that the flavors are released in the pot evenly, and you want to put the knife over the garlic like so and just give it a little whack. That's all you need. That's it. Let's begin. So here we're going to take the beans, the peas, and we're going to add them first and pour everything in like so. And we're going to add, let's just say 5 seeds of the pimento seed. 2, 3, 4, 5. And our mashed 1 clove of garlic, our 5 cloves, little paprika, little black pepper, our dried thyme, not too much. This is equivalent to about half a teaspoon because we're going to use fresh thyme. Now I like to just meld it a little bit with my fingers just to release that lovely robust dried thyme flavor. And our sea salt. Right. Now, we're going to stir that. And we're going to add 2 more cups of water. Perfect timing to add our coconut cream. Let's just say half a cup to a cup will be fine. I'm gonna stir that in nicely. See how beautiful that looks? I can even smell it. You can even smell all of the flavors permeating that lovely, robust, rich coconut cream. And so we're going to cover her up and let her boil until she is softened. So now we have the red kidney beans, peas, that are cooked, tender but still slightly al dente. And you want them to be slightly al dente, means they're a little firm, because when you add the rice, you don't want the peas to just mash away into, I don't know what to call it. You want the peas to still stay whole. They should burst and hang on to the flavor, but you don't want them to basically mash. I'll show you. See how beautiful they are? Look at this one. It's split. Means this is nice and tender. You see the skin is leaving the bean, which is good. This is where you want to see it. And if you squeeze it, you can see that it breaks. But you don't want a situation whereby when you pick it up, it would be completely like this. If you picked it up and it was completely like that, that means your rice and peas has already gone to hell. And we don't want that. We want it to stay at the gates of heaven. Okay. Adding 1.5 cups of water. And you're going to bring that to a vigorous boil. And while it's coming to a vigorous boil, we're going to rinse our rice. Why? Because the rice is very starchy, and if you just add the rice like that, it becomes very clumpy and heavy. You want to rinse off that heavy starch that's on the rice. So you just want to really rub it off. And just strain it. Look at that water, how cloudy it is. Pour that water off like that. And you want to rinse it until the water becomes clear, like so. We've already done 3 washes, 1 more for good measure, while our pot of beans rise to a vigorous boil. And remember, this is 2 cups of rice. See how nice and clear the water is now? And we just want to strain that. Right. Our pot is boiling nicely, as you can well see. Right? So now we're going to add our rice, our 2 cups of rice, and we're gonna add our thyme, fresh thyme, half an onion, bell pepper, and our Scotch bonnet pepper. And a lovely piece of sweet cream butter. I'm just gonna plop that on top there. So we'll have a vigorous boil. And we've turned down, we're going to cover our pot and turn down our flame and let that simmer for about 30 minutes. So here we are. It's cooked. Lovely. See how beautiful this is? And our lovely Scotch bonnet pepper is still intact. Don't forget. I would just put it right there for now. Look how it glistens. Look how light and fluffy but moist. And you can see how the rice grains have popped and split open, but they're hugging on to the coconut cream and the butter. and all the loveliness. Now I'm going to discard all of these little branches from the fresh thyme and the bell pepper and present it to you. Well, here we are at the result of this lovely rice and peas with red kidney beans and oxtail with spinners and butter beans with a small salad of pear avocado and tomatoes. And here I have the lovely Janine, my friend of many years, who's partaking of my cuisine from time to time on this Sunday evening. Janine, it's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Let's make a toast to good eating. Chin chin.
Cheers.
And we'll move on to a scrumptious and generous bite of this rice and peas. You dig in there, Janine, and let me know how it went. Get a lovely piece of that succulent oxtail here that I'm cutting. You can see that the meat is very tender, and I'm going to shovel a good portion of rice and peas rather. I keep saying that. Well, you know, I share both worlds. We'll take a bite. Oh, it's really lovely. It's poor manners to talk while you're at the table, but really and truly, I'm speechless. It's perfection. And I hope that it was perfection for you too. Janine, how do you feel about that rice and peas?
Delightful, delicious. All the flavors Denine mentioned, you can smell and taste. Just beautiful food for beautiful people. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, it was a pleasure. Well, I hope that your first time cooking rice and peas and oxtail was a success, as it is here. And I wish you all the best in your endeavors. See me next time with Spices Nice with me, Denine. Thank you.